Well, hello, and welcome to this week's podcast.
That's right. It's been a bit of a busy weekend.
Yeah, it's been a really busy weekend.
Yeah. We'll go over more in the retro corner, I guess. But we went to a pinball.
Yeah.
Pinball. What did you get? Expo?
Festival, yeah.
Yeah. That was
So I guess our retro corner is going to be pretty long.
Yeah, that's all good. So I guess we'll start this one off with the Infinity War trailer.
Yep.
Prior to that one, I wasn't really all that interested at all. This one I'm a little more interested than I was before. Because we actually see the, space people interacting with the non-space people.
Yeah.
They really seem like separate, universes almost,
Yeah. And Infinity War is one movie, right?
Yeah, it should be. I think. Originally it was going to be two, but I think it's one.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Because, the only thing I got in the trailer was I was like, there are so many things and characters and enemies and villains that I don't know about.
Yeah.
How is anybody going to get any screen time with,
that's
20-something Avengers?
Yeah.
And then, there's a really cool shot where it looks like Doctor Strange is fighting equivalent space... psychic strange thing or whatever. Forgive me, I don't know what his name is. But it was in that moment that I went, how?
Yeah.
How is anybody justifiably going to have any time in this movie?
Yeah, because, even if it's a 3-hour movie...
Yeah.
Which, that'd be fine for... I don't go see very many 3-hour movies, the occasional one, especially a big one like this. But yeah, that'd be fine. But even if it's a 3-hour movie, it's going to be hard to imagine how everybody's going to get screen time.
Yeah. I don't know.
That is a legitimate concern.
Yeah. The stuff I see is really cool, but then it's oh yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy, they're going to be in this.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, pretty much. I think the one line that got me interested in it, and because again, I was always going to see it.
Yeah.
Because it's it's whatever. It's the next Avengers. I'm probably going to go see it. But the one line that actually got me interested in it was when at the beginning Gamora is talking about Thanos and his intentions and all that, and then Tony Stark saying what was his name, and then she says Thanos, and just that interaction between them, because I'm like, oh yeah, because it's we've been seeing our Thanoses and our Infinity Stones and all that, but that's all been space stuff.
Yeah.
And so it's it's so, I guess it's the first one to kind of capture the novelty to some degree that the first Avengers had, where we had never seen any of these characters together. Yeah. And they all get together.
Yeah, yeah. But that also brings up another concern, because I was talking to a friend who said, oh, I can't wait to see this decade-long story come to a conclusion.
Yeah.
And I started thinking about it, and I went, but there hasn't been a decade-long story. There have been hints.
Droplets, yeah.
Droplets. But they're we don't really know what Thanos' plan is, other than he's just a big meanie in space.
Yeah.
And it's not... I feel like a lot of fans have filled in the gaps because they know the stories and stuff, but I was there's not really ever... There hasn't been a consistent, oh, we've got to build. Now, Avengers happen, and Tony's oh, there's stuff that could come.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's a brief second of the movies. But most of the movies don't really...
No, it's been more of, It's been a slow build to this, but it hasn't been a continuous storyline. So, but it does bring up a good point, though, in a way, of what they're going to do after this.
Yeah.
Because, Avengers happened, and then that got our first glimpse of Thanos at the end to tell everybody, this was just the first, step of, this bad guy's plan. Yeah. And then we start seeing slowly throughout the movies these Infinity Stones, and it's that's kind of cool. But what are they going to do after this? Because that's literally the biggest thing, to my knowledge. I mean, I'm not huge on Marvel, but the Infinity Gauntlet is the biggest thing. So what could they possibly do?
Stop.
So Yeah, I mean,
just stop.
Maybe. I don't know.
And start an X universe. That might be kind of cool.
That could be kind of
I mean, it's not going to happen, but
No.
like, I don't know. Yeah.
It's weird because, like, I hadn't heard anything official on, like, but apparently the deal is still happening, but also, because originally, from what I heard, is the deal is happening, but all present projects that have already started and gotten funding are going to conclude.
Yeah.
But now new projects have been announced, I believe.
Well, I know, like, New Mutants, that's getting a movie.
Yeah.
Dark Phoenix is getting a movie. But those were all prior to the deal.
I wish I could remember off the top of my head, and I mean, maybe it's something I should look up, but, well. But I want to say I heard about a project recently that just, like, they just started looking. And I'm like, well, huh?
I said, I'm not sure. And there's like 8 X-Men TV shows that aren't X-Men TV shows, but they are.
So weird.
It is
but I've also heard that they're like good because they're not X-Men.
Yeah.
Like they're free to do whatever they want, and that's kind of cool. But I don't know, man.
Yeah, if Infinity War is going to be exciting, it's just like, yeah, this trailer almost made me more concerned, but more excited for it. But I was just like I said, I'm sitting there thinking, how is anybody getting their due diligence, and how are they going to explain the story? Because technically, none of the Avengers really. Tony Stark knows, because he's had the vision. He kind of knows. So are they just going to like have him learn, and then just have a scene where he goes, "Listen, guys," and then it cuts and does a time jump, and they're like, "Okay, yeah, we get it."
See, I don't know.
Because like, how does everybody learn? How does everybody get? It's kind of a.
Well, it looks like it just opens up with just Thanos like straight invading and smacking up New York. So it could just be like
he got there and he's ready to go.
Yeah, and so it could just be like. Well, okay, so I have a couple ideas on that because the scene where we see Bruce Banner like in the Sanctum Sanctorum or whatever, like in Doctor Strange's place, that mirrors like a scene that happened in the comics with like Silver Surfer, and so then we see Bruce Banner and Tony Stark and Doctor Strange and probably a couple other people there. So I'm assuming what happens is because Thor in one of the trailers smacks into the windshield of like the Guardians of the Galaxy and probably says, "Hey, Thanos just messed my day up and is headed to Earth," and which they go there. So I guess Thor gets it, and they get it, and they go and explain it to like the people there, and then it might just be Tony uses that little cell phone to call Cap, and it's just like, "Hey, alien invasion, we gotta meet."
Again.
Yeah.
It's happening again. The big things are coming out. The things.
You remember the thing that I said would happen, and then nobody believed me? It's happening.
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe I don't know. Like I'm curious. So.
I wonder if Thanos' army is going to be a bunch of floating stuff and a giant light that smashes a city, like every other comic book movie ever. Like, sit there and think about how many times it's like, oh, we have to break that one thing that's causing the light thing to make the city go up and down.
Yeah, because, I mean, or a variation in some way or another. Because, like, Avengers did that. I mean, it didn't go do the up and down, but they still a bunch of floating bad guys. Yeah. Because they could, like, float around. And then had the big light in the sky.
And Man of Steel.
And Man of Steel did the big...
Suicide Squad.
Yeah, Suicide Squad.
Age of Ultron did it.
Age of Ultron literally lifted the whole city. Yeah. Replaced aliens with robots, but the robots could fly. Yeah. Parademons and mother boxes for Justice
League. Yeah. It's like anytime there's like an army of evil things, it's just like we have to break that one thing that's making that one pillar of light thing smash everything.
Yeah. It's like the bad guy in like you can count it off like how often the bad guy in these movies is a big gray CGI man obscured by smoke, fire, and or lightning.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like...
I mean,
to be fair, we're getting a purple guy, and he apparently is in plain view the whole time. No smoke or lightning.
Yeah, he is still kind of a big CGI creature.
Oh, yeah, but he's purple. And you know what? I'll take color over...
And this time we saw him in armor, and that was cool.
Yeah, fine. See, that was my concern. I was like, why is he just look like he just got done Tokyo drifting? Like,
yeah. Now
I'd watch that movie though.
Here's another thing.
Oh, excuse me.
I told you I had seen the first trailer,
Mm-hmm.
or I had seen this new trailer once, and I got to the part with Star-Lord, and I just literally like stopped watching the trailer because it was like, oh, Chris Pratt's doing that thing he does where he's like, hey, look, I'm not smart, but I want to say I'm smart. But then I'm going to make sure that you know that I'm not smart, and that's my humor, and I really, like, it just turned me off. Where he's like, listen, I have a plan, and your plan isn't good, but my plan could be gooder, because I'm a charming, goofy guy, and I'm not smart. And it was like, oh, I've put up with this for 2 films, and I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, I could see that being, like, they put that in, like, they isolate that for the trailer, but I could almost see that being just a Tony Stark comes up with a plan, but because he knows nothing about space stuff, Peter Quill, just because he's been in space, is just like, yeah, that's dumb and won't work.
Yeah, but then at the end of the trailer, the interaction with Spider-Man and Doctor Strange is like great.
It's like, man, like, the casting for Spider-Man, it's like every time he says something, I'm just like,
that's Spider-Man.
That's Spider-Man. It's like so, but like in the most like heartwarming way, because he's so like genuine.
Well, that's the thing I like about Tom Holland is Tobey Maguire was genuine.
Yeah.
But he wasn't snarky in the suit.
He wasn't confident.
Yeah.
Like, or even...
He wasn't playful. Like, but he was too old to be immature.
Yeah.
Like, Spider-Man's banter comes from the fact that he's a teenager and he doesn't think things through, but he still is confident.
Yeah.
But Tobey Maguire already looked like he was in his 30s, so I like him. I do like him,
yeah.
I thought Andrew Garfield was obnoxious.
I liked him.
Like in the suit, he was almost like Deadpool levels of obnoxious.
See, I'm really torn on him because I liked him a lot, but when I liked him,
yeah, it's true.
Because it's like I think because I remember liking him when I first watched both those movies. It's only in hindsight, I guess now that we've gotten a good Spider-Man, that I've been like,
I don't know. I don't know. I just thought, oh, he's just annoying and arrogant, and that to me doesn't feel like Peter Parker.
No, it wasn't. No.
Tom Holland, it's like, oh look, he's so cute. He means so much good, and that's where his banter comes from.
Yeah,
and it's like seeing it through the eyes of a teenager instead of seeing it through the eyes of a 30-year-old playing a teenager.
Yeah, and with Andrew Garfield, it was, I did like him in the suit. Like, yeah, there were moments where it was like, okay, maybe, but there was enough to like balance it out with other things that I liked it. But I think it was the out of the suit because he acted the same. Yeah,
and he was too cool, and everyone liked him.
He was way too cool. Yeah. Like, Tom Holland is like...
There's even scenes of him, like, with other people being like, hey, it's Peter Parker. He's the coolest guy in school.
Yeah, Tom Holland pulls off that, like, genuine, awkward, like, high schooler. Yeah, like, it's great. And I think you're right. Like, I think that is the one that, like, cemented it when it's like, okay, Spider-Man. Because he's, like, talking to Doctor... And it makes it that much better that that's not his, like, fake superhero name. Yeah, that's his actual name. It just sounds like...
It sounds so goofy that he's like, oh, well, that's...
It's like... And he's a wizard, so it's like... He's like, oh, hi, I'm Peter. It's like, I'm Doctor Strange. Oh, we're using our fake made-up names. Then in that case, I'm Spider-Man. It's like, okay, all right, I gotta watch it.
That was good.
I still gotta watch that movie. I kind of feel bad because I do really want to see it. It's just I always forget, and anytime like I'm like, oh, I need to watch it, it's just unavailable for some reason. But the only other things I really have to say on that, I guess, because I think we pretty well covered it, is apparently it has been confirmed that Peter Dinklage is in the movie, and that he is not a voice actor.
That's cool.
Because, like, when it listed the credits or whatever, his name was on there, but it was not with, like, Vin Diesel and all them. So it was listed under acting, not like the voice acting or whatever. So who knows what he's gonna be? People were like listing possibilities based on like short characters. But I say, like one of them was like, oh, Adam Warlock's buddy imp or whatever, and I'm like, man, just make him Adam Warlock. Could you imagine like a yellow Peter Dinklage shooting lasers out of his face?
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Well, that was like when he got cast in X-Men, and everyone's like, he's going to be Puck or Toad or something that has to do with the fact that he's small, but like. They didn't. They just casted him as a character, and he knocked it out of the park. And I don't even think they reference. No, not really. Which makes sense because I think there's like one reference, maybe, to his stature, but it's not like a "you're tiny." It's like a just like in passing kind of thing, and it makes sense because it's like I think Magneto might have called him a mutant because he said like, "You have a mutation as well." Yeah. Like, which that's not so much like a height thing, so much as like a medical thing. Like that is anybody who has a condition has a mutation. So that makes sense, and like that makes sense in because how many times do you? I mean, and I don't know, like because I'm obviously not a dwarf, but like it's that would just be a rude thing to just bring up. You know what I mean? Like I feel like in a day-to-day like situation, it's not just going to be like constantly calling back to it. And Peter Dinklage is good enough that like he like walks in and owns it, and you don't really even think about it. You're just like he's like if he flew in as Adam Warlock, it's like, well, okay, shit, dude. Like and somebody I did read somewhere that he had been spotted on a plane with like orange hair or something like that. Which it's like I'm just saying, like, okay, it's not yellow, but I mean maybe he is. I'm just saying I want Peter Dinklage flying around shooting space lasers. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. So the only other thing is they were saying the director whose name escapes me. The Russo brothers. The Russo brothers. Yeah. Or maybe it wasn't. No, it wasn't the Russo brothers. It was Kevin Feige, the head guy at Marvel Studios. He said that basically, like, death at least most there might be like he left it open to where like there might be somebody who comes back or somebody who doesn't die permanently, but death is going to be permanent more or less from this movie because there's going to be fallout when you have everybody coming together against the big bad, but that also not everybody who is going to be like getting out of the game necessarily is going to be dying. Okay. So like think like Hawkeye in his farm, that kind of thing. Yeah. So like even though he did come back, but whatever. But like he's saying like expect not just people like death is going to be important like because it would be cheap if nobody died at this scale. I mean, they got away with Quicksilver in the last one, but that was a little cheap because he was literally introduced that movie. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like don't expect us to rely entirely on that. Like, so that's kind of interesting to see. But like, I don't feel like that needed to be commented. But I'm assuming he just got so many like questions about it. Yeah. He's like, listen, I'm not gonna tell you anything. Yeah. Just know that it's going to be permanent, so be careful what you wish for. I mean, I think that about does it for Infinity War. Yeah. Because, I mean, like, I could talk more on it, but I don't feel like there's really much else to go to really weigh in on it, other than just speculating. Yeah. But, the other thing, I guess, also space-related, Battlefront 2. Yeah. Some decent news on that front, actually. Yeah, really decent. And I'm actually excited about it. Yeah, I mean, I'm still going to wait a little while before I buy it to like, make sure everything is on the up and up. But they're getting rid of the random progression system. Yeah, so progression in the game now is, like, literally based on, like... random luck. Not random luck, but, like, you're actually building towards something. Yeah. Well... Yeah, they did increase the amount of points that you get. Yeah. But like the initial like core of how the structure was built, I mean they tweaked it to work, but it was based around you get the loot boxes
and then you get the random upgrades, but then you get the points as well that you can use to buy the upgrades you want, and then you could like sell the upgrades to get other upgrades or whatever. I don't know, it's weird.
No, you would just get random ones through the boxes. What I'm saying now is what they're doing, the progression is based on what you do. Like, yes,
it is a flat, like, okay.
Like, you do this, you do that, you get this many points, you unlock it.
Yes, and there's no element of randomness anymore, which is fantastic. And they're bringing back cosmetics, or they're bringing back loot boxes, but only for cosmetics.
Yeah, which really actually gets me excited because, like, there has been no character customization, but now I want to know the extent.
Yeah.
They gave the example of being a Rhodian, like, rebel.
Yeah.
Or resistance Rhodian.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, well, at least, like, the head changes.
Yeah, and that would be kind of interesting.
Like, with the clone troopers, like, are you going to be able to do, like, the different ranks or the different tattoos and stuff?
Yeah,
like,
can that be Commander Cody?
That would be really
that'd be cool. Like, getting, like, the different... Yeah, because, like, they had, like, the blue and the yellow and the different shoulder pads and stuff. So, yeah, I think that'd be super cool.
Right now, there's a challenge to get Hoth Luke.
Okay. Yeah, because they have for the characters different costumes, I guess.
This is going to be the first.
Oh, this is the first.
So I don't even know how it's been handled because it's like a 3-week deal.
Gotcha.
Which I think I've just, I missed week 2. I don't play it too much.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those games that if you're playing with a squad, it can be fun for a period of time, but by yourself, it's like one game and then I'm good. You know? So I'm actually super interested in that too.
And everything that you have right now will be grandfathered in, which is cool.
Yeah, the old system, everything you have, you'll get to keep. I'm also kind of curious to the extent of the cosmetics as well because data miners found some customization options a while back, and they were pretty extensive. Apparently, they said they were cut because of not wanting to stay true to the canon because like it let you like make Darth Vader pink, like a hot pink Darth Vader.
Oh yeah, that'd be pretty crazy.
Yeah. Now obviously like that is a bit ridiculous, and if everybody could do everything, then you just have like a ton of like hot pink and blue stormtroopers, which would be funny for a little bit. Yeah. And then it would get old.
Yeah. It's kind of like Rainbow Six.
Yeah.
You're like, oh great, here's the Hello Kitty team. Like I just got owned.
Yeah. So it's like a little bit of that. Like if you could have a little eccentricities without being like too flamboyant, where I think you could have a little more leeway with certain things. Like I feel like Rebels you could do a little more with than Stormtroopers. But I also don't think you need to be 100% uniform with the Stormtroopers.
Oh, no.
Because then let people have a little bit more. Like maybe get patterns or ranks or whatever.
Yeah, but then, it's funny because they say they want to stick to canon, but then Darth Maul's running around on Starkiller Base.
Yeah, and so it's like, does it matter?
I think it matters. I think that was probably something that they didn't finish.
Yeah, and they just covered their butt.
Yeah.
But either way, I'm actually pretty excited about those changes, and they're still maintaining that all DLC in the future will be free, which is why I'm fine with like the cosmetic loot boxes and stuff like that. I'd be a hypocrite to criticize them on it because that's what Overwatch does. All characters, stages, game modes, updates are all free, and they just have loot boxes.
Yeah, Ghost Recon's been doing a cosmetic loot box, and it's not bad because like if you actually do challenges, you can get them. Yeah. Which is cool, but
they'll probably do something similar in Battlefront, Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty good.
Exciting. Should be good.
Yeah, I mean, and I'll wait till those updates go live, and I'll wait a little bit, but I'll probably pick it up because like I was talking with a buddy of mine, and he was saying that he might pick it up too because it's not enough to boycott something. You also have to like reward when they do the right thing. Yeah. Because it's not enough to just say,
oh, I don't want this.
You did wrong, I'm not going to buy it. Because then if they do right and you still don't buy it, well, then they're not going to learn anything. So it's like, okay, if you do the right thing here, again, I'll wait just a little bit, and then to make sure how it all works. But yeah, I'll totally pick it up.
Yeah. Speaking of character customization. Yeah. And how far you go. There's some other video game news.
Oh, yeah.
The game that we have spent probably more hours in the character creator than actually playing which is the new Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
6, right? Correct? 6. Am I crazy? Or is
6.
it 7?
It is 6.
6. Yes.
Yeah. Yes, there is some Soul Calibur 6 news.
Mm-hmm.
A certain video game and literary character is coming, and he's like the perfect fit.
Oh, he is perfect.
Like, yeah, and that's we're getting Geralt of Riviera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rivia.
Rivia. Yeah. Geralt of Rivia.
Yeah.
Yeah. I for some reason can never pronounce his name right. But yeah, no, Geralt.
It's Polish, so.
That's fair.
I might be saying it.
That's fair.
I think that's how they say it.
Yeah. But, he looks cool.
Yeah, he's cool. He's awesome. Everybody go watch the trailer because him and my boy Mitsurugi are having an awesome sword fight.
Yeah.
And then, you realize just how well that character fits with Soul Calibur.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's otherworldly. And
He's straight fantasy sword fighting, but with just that little bit of like,
yeah,
I can do some magic and some crazy stuff.
Yeah, and he does some crazy magic stuff in the trailers.
It's like,
I'm really excited.
Yeah, because when I heard he was going to be in it, I was like, oh, that's a perfect fit. I didn't even know. Once I saw it, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
No, that is
awesome.
Actually,
you get some great music in the trailer. So hopefully, like, I'm hoping that you do get like some of that Celtic-y Witcher music because it's incredible. So hopefully, you get a level.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably, we could say it's confirmed that you're going to get like a stage and some music. And
because that's what they've done with
not
all of them, but that's what they have been doing since 4. Because I think in 4 you got the Star Wars levels and the Star Wars music, which there was like 3 characters for 4. That was nuts.
Yeah.
And then, but I think you just got 1 Star Wars level for all.
Yeah.
Or maybe you got more than 1.
Was there a Hyrule back when?
No, see that's the only thing. In 2, they did, but then in 5.
Oh man, it's crazy to think that was 2.
Yeah.
I thought that was much later in the series, but it's not.
Well, it was still the 3rd game in the series because there was like Soul Edge. Yeah, and then somebody sued them or something, and they're just like, whatever, Soul Calibur, and we're gonna spell it wrong so nobody can claim anything.
Calibur.
Yeah, Calibur.
Yeah.
But then it was Ezio, and I think there might have been a stage for Ezio in 5.
I'm down.
Yeah. So there'll probably be, which Ezio I thought was the perfect fit, but I was wrong. Geralt.
Yeah, Geralt is like
legit the best.
Legit, yeah, like everything about him.
Yeah.
He's like this dark fantasy.
Yeah, like
him and Nightmare fighting is nothing new. No. It'd almost be like Dante. Like if Dante came in to Soul Calibur, he would fit. Like Devil May Cry?
Yeah. The only thing would just be that he's got like modern guns, but beyond that, like if you gave him like some like flintlocks or something, I could see him pulling a Gaston, like firing 8 shots out of a flintlock without reloading.
He shoots he has infinite ammo. Yeah. Like in Ivory, but he would fit because he's just that he's like absurd. Yeah. And he has white hair and a really big sword and a lot of leather.
Dante would be super rad.
Yeah, he would.
Because he's got like great sword, but it's like the right level of ridiculous where it's like it's not quite Nightmare size. Yeah. But it's still like bigger than a Claymore would be. Yeah. And so it's like, man, that's super cool.
Or Guts from Berserk would be perfect.
I was actually thinking that because when you mentioned Geralt fighting Nightmare, it reminded me of the Screw Attack Death Battle they did of Guts versus Nightmare, and it's like, oh man, yeah, because he'd be so perfect. So yeah, I'm curious really how it all goes down, because and they did, and they have confirmed character creation is coming back, which was my only concern.
So we'll make Guts.
Yeah, we can make Guts. We made Guts in the previous.
We did, yeah.
I think the only thing is he had the scar, but his eye was still there. Yeah. Because does he wear an eye patch or is his eye just closed?
It's always closed.
Gotcha. Yeah. So, but every game they've increased the character creation. And in the last one, it was insane, so I bet we'll get even more this time.
Oh, yeah. And speaking of Dante.
Yes.
And segues.
Monster Hunter World. There's the next event that they're doing is going to be a Devil May Cry crossover.
Yep, and they're continually knocking it out of the park.
Yeah, so in this one, you actually get... So in the previous two, my gripes have been, you could get the costumes for the characters, but it would supersede your character.
Yeah.
With your, like, the character model, which is cool. It's like an optional thing, but I didn't really care for it much.
Yeah.
In this one, they've confirmed that it'll be, like, mix and matchable.
That's pretty
cool. So you
cool.
can just, like, throw on his coat or whatever and
Yeah.
stuff like that, which is pretty rad.
And this is not the first time that they've done Devil May Cry crossovers.
Is it not?
No. It was either four or Cross had the Palicos you could dress up as Dante.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Maybe Virgil.
Yeah, I didn't play long enough to get to that stuff in 4, but I remember that.
Yeah, it was really funny because, like, fans were really upset because you don't fight the Devil Joe.
Yeah.
To get the parts, but that's because in Japanese he's Evil Joe.
Gotcha.
So it wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, did you fight the, was it the Diablos then?
I believe so, yeah.
Because, I'm wondering if that's what it's going to be. Which, maybe not, though.
Maybe
because, so the other thing is, with that, and I don't know if it starts at the same time, but they're also releasing the Devil Joe pretty soon.
Yeah.
It's the first, like, free update monster. So it's possible.
Could be.
Maybe they'll just do it, like, in one region you get this one, in the other region you get that.
Maybe.
But yeah, like, I figured it was going to be Diablos. I completely forgot about Devil Joe. But,
yeah.
that would, either way, I could see you having to fight either one of those, which I don't know which one I'd prefer because I really hate fighting Diablos.
I say Diablos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Evil Joe's worse.
Yeah. Because, like, I haven't fought him yet.
He's bad.
Or
Devil Joe, my bad.
Yeah.
Either or.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
The pickle monster.
Yeah.
The pickle T-Rex.
The pickle T-Rex is a nightmare.
I've heard. He's got,
he
like,
doesn't look
dragon
as scary,
breath.
but yeah, he's a nightmare to fight. So.
He's got, like, dragon breath, right? Like, it's a breath weapon, but instead of fire, it's dragon damage or something. And it's like, I don't want any of that.
Yeah, he's pretty rough.
He looks pretty intense. There's also going to be a Mega Man Palico set, which I've got mixed opinions on. Because it's like an 8-bit Palico thing, and it's like, I don't know, it looks weird.
Yeah.
But we'll see, maybe it's good.
Yeah, the Palico stuff, I don't know, because, like, there was again, 4 or Generation 4 Cross, however you want to say it, there was a Palico Mega Man, but it looked like a Palico in a Mega Man costume.
Yeah.
Like Frank from Dead Rising. Like, it looked goofy.
Yeah. And I kind of prefer that because, like...
I don't know. It's been a while.
Yeah, and I think I prefer that over this because, like, it's one of those things where it's, like, it's novel at first.
Yeah.
But it looks so weird because it's literally, like, blocky.
Yeah.
8-bit, but, like...
It looks like the 8-bit amiibo.
Yes.
Yeah.
But, like
Minecraft-y almost because it's 3D.
Yeah. But, like, the novelty wears off. Like, once you see it moving around a little bit, it's like...
Yeah.
And it's like, it's so... And it'd be like... You know... If there was... Like, if they were using, like, an actual low-poly model from a game, right? Mm-hmm. Like, in Mario Odyssey, you can get 64-bit Mario.
Oh, cool.
As a costume.
Yeah.
And that's cool, because that's an actual thing. But then trying to, like...
Or, like, Metal Gear 4, where you could get the Metal Gear mask. And
Yeah,
polygons.
See, and that's cool, and it works.
Yeah.
But when you're taking and it's like, you're just trying to, like, make it blocky and whatever. Like,
they don't really come across as 8-bit. It comes across as, like, Minecraft.
Yeah, and it doesn't even look as good as...
Minecraft.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
It is weird. But it does have, like, a cool effect of, like, you have, it makes, like, the sounds from the game when you're doing your attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, based on what weapon you have and stuff. So that is pretty cool. There's also, like, a Spring Blossom event that's coming up, which looks pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to, like, change the hub world and some other little things. So we'll see how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to add like some event missions and stuff like that and login bonuses and whatnot. But yeah, beyond that, I mean, I think that's pretty much everything coming to Monster Hunter, other than some balance patches and stuff like that. Oh, also, as a charge blade, you get Dante's sword for the event too, which looks really awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool.
But segueing off of Monster Hunter, because these are just on point today, these transitions. Oh yeah, Street Fighter is doing a Monster Hunter event. Apparently it's been going for a while. I didn't even know about it, probably because I don't have the most recent Street Fighter. It looks pretty good, but if I'm going to pick up a new fighting game, it's probably going to be Fighter Z or Fighter Z, because that one's like... But yeah, so the up to this point, they've already done Ibuki, who's like that ninja girl, and she had a Kirin outfit. Yeah, which I was like, that looks pretty cool. It's like I like the Kirin stuff, but like the guy's Kirin stuff
doesn't look very good.
Yeah, the beta set is okay, but not like the whole set. Yeah, but like taking a piece of it. Is all right.
I think the one set that translates best between the male and female is the Zinogre.
Oh, the one that Mika has? Yeah. Yeah, that one looks pretty cool. What monster is that? Because it's not in Zinogre. I mean, like, what? Which one? I'm trying to visualize it.
It's it has, like, the white fur, and then the blue armor pieces, and then the yellow horns, and then the swords are like yellow.
Yeah. Oh no! I remember what the armor set looks like. I'm trying to remember the monster. Which one?
He looks like a giant, like... I'm holding the figure for listeners of one because I have it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a giant dog tiger.
Yeah. Was that from 4 Ultimate?
He's been in a bunch of them.
Gotcha. Yeah. So, yeah, I probably just didn't get to him. Because I mostly played 3, and I didn't even get to the end of that one.
3.
Yeah, so he's probably just past than wherever I got to. Or maybe I fought him.
Yeah, he's up there. He's up there.
Yeah, but either way, it looks really good on Mika. And that one is one of the best that I've seen translated. Which I actually saw... forgive me. If I remember her name, I'll put in the link in the description. But I saw a cosplayer.
Yeah, I saw the same.
Yeah.
It's got like LEDs and stuff.
She looks... It's amazing.
I don't even want to... Like, I can't even fathom... building all those props and stuff with all the LEDs and
like once you're doing it at that level, it's like you're usually to the professional.
It's not even like, oh, I've got LEDs slapped on it. No, like the swords glow from the inside and they like change colors. It's insane.
It's so cool.
Maybe you can find it and link it on our Instagram
for sure because
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I have it. I think I have it saved. I'll have to go check. It's like saved on like Facebook or something, but. Yeah, and then the most recent event, or the stage of the event, is you can get the Ken Rathalos armor. Nice. That looks really awesome. Yeah, like, I mean, I never would have pictured Ken in like full plate like that, but it works. It works. Yeah. It works. Yeah. It's definitely redder than it is in the game, though. Yeah. And that's okay.
It isn't.
That is super okay. Excuse me for this cough. I'm still getting over. I was sick like 2 weeks ago, which means I have another 3 weeks of coughing. Excuse me. But yeah, so I mean, that looks really cool. I'm curious to see how it looks. I've only seen the screenshots. I want to see it in action. Yeah. Because I need to see full plate Rathalos do a Hadoken. Yeah. Sure. Which I guess I can do that already because I could get you can get the Hadoken and the Shoryuken in Monster Hunter. Yeah. Which is cool because they're like an emote, but like they also actually do the move. Yeah. So I don't think it actually does any damage, or if it does, it's only like one. But you can actually do it on the monsters.
That's pretty cool. Can you do the Atatsufuken?
I don't think you can, but that would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, it would be cool.
Atatsufuken!
Yeah. However it is, but
I'd like some pancake! Yeah. That's my favorite, that like old Flash video. Yeah. But yeah, and I gotta transition here.
Gotta go fast.
Yes, that is it. And fast like Sonic, because there's more Sonic Mania coming. And it actually looks pretty good from what I've seen. They haven't released a price point for the like the download of it, but they're coming out with like a new special edition that you can buy that comes with like some stuff. So if I had to imagine, it'd probably be like $5 to $10.
Nice.
Depending on how much is really in there, because it could be more than I'm expecting. Because I know you get 2 characters. They're adding Mighty the Armadillo and Ray the Squirrel, who are some pretty obscure ones, but it's nice to see them getting some like recognition. So that's kind of cool. I'm curious if they'll actually, because like they actually made. I guess they've always played different, like all the characters, and they even gave Sonic an ability to make him a little different now in this one. So I'm curious what those two will do, because to make Sonic play a little differently in this, you can do what's called a drop dash, where when you're in the air, if you press down and jump, you'll start the spin dash. So when you hit the ground, you just take off.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, I'm curious if they'll give them some special abilities. There's also going to be new stages. Okay. So I'm curious if this is like a whole second chapter or just a little update. But either way, it'll be pretty cool. Also, there's going to be a Sonic racing game, so that's good. Those in the past have been pretty all right. Honestly, like roughly the same quality as Mario Kart, but not quite as good. So I'm curious to see how good this one gets. But we'll see.
I'm lacking in the Sonic knowledge, but that's okay.
Yeah, you're not missing anything.
Yeah, I was a Nintendo kid.
Yeah,
my friend down the street was the Genesis kid. So
yeah, I mostly was a Nintendo kid, but I got to play a lot of Genesis just because like that one. Like, my brother had the Super Nintendo, and because that had so many games with save files, I wasn't able to play it as much.
Okay.
So, like, the Genesis, he was like, I don't care, whatever.
Yeah.
So I played a lot of Genesis because of that, but mostly just Sonic and Jurassic Park. The Jurassic Park was pretty awesome. Moving on from that, there is apparently going to be a Leprechaun sequel. I don't do with that information whatever you will.
Yeah.
I don't really have
Leprechaun. Another Leprechaun.
Don't really have any input. It's just
Happy St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
There's another Leprechaun movie.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think it's going to beat Leprechaun in the Hood, but who knows?
Yeah, a movie that exists. In that movie, a character uses a Glock, and his buddy tells him, man, why do you use that Glock? Those things are unreliable and jam. And then it jams, and even with my mediocre knowledge of guns, that struck me at the time. And this was a while back. I didn't even know as much about guns back then. I was watching that, and I was like, I'm pretty sure I heard my brother, when he was going to the police academy, specifically state that he was getting a Glock because they were reliable, and they didn't really jam. And it seems weird to me that that's a plot point in the movie.
Well, Die Hard 2, they said Glocks are plastic, completely plastic, and can get through a metal detector, so...
Fair enough.
Hollywood and their knowledge of firearms has never, ever been...
never been accurate.
Never been accurate, so...
Well, alright. I feel like saying the name of the movie is probably more than I needed to do, so moving on from that, a little bit of... excuse me. A little bit of superhero, I guess, touch on. Not much. We'll move on. Zack Snyder apparently tweeted about something, or responded to a tweet. Somebody tweeted in one of the scenes near when Superman died in Batman v Superman, you could see like 3 crosses in the background, and he tweeted something about like, oh, it was a teaser for Justice League 2 or Easter egg for Justice League 2, and like hashtag or it was gonna be or something like that, and I'm like, listen,
it's odd. It's just a weird.
Yeah.
I think
I'm like, listen, buddy. No offense, but if you were seriously like planning on just killing off 2 more Justice League members, kind of glad you're not involved in this anymore.
Maybe. Or it could have been Flashpoint. Who knows? Yeah,
but who knows? Either way, I'm looking forward to Aquaman.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda. But yeah, Aquaman's good, and I hope the best.
Yeah, I mean, I really do.
I don't hope the worst.
Yeah,
I want more superhero movies, and I want them to be good.
Yeah.
So.
And, so, I mean, Wonder Woman was good.
Mm-hmm.
Yet another Wonder Woman, probably be also good.
Mm-hmm.
Aquaman was described as a swashbuckling high seas adventure, so sign me up.
Yeah, I'm down.
And it's going to have Black Manta in it.
Yep.
Which sign me up.
Yep.
I need to see that stupid UFO head.
I think we're going to.
I'm just so excited. Like,
yeah, it should be good. Let's say, is that it for the news? Because we can.
One other thing, just an aside.
Yeah.
There's for a while they were saying there's not going to be any Star Wars in Ready Player One, but there is going to be some Star Wars, but it's just going to be original trilogy, which is what we were all assuming anyways.
Yeah, and that's okay. So
that's good. The only other thing is Ava DuVernay. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Mm-hmm. She directed. Just came out. Is based on that book. Where the kids travel through time and space or whatever.
Oh, A Wrinkle in Time.
Yes, A Wrinkle in Time, yes. She directed that, and she's set to direct The New Gods, which is that's the whole hierarchy of gods that DC has that Jack Kirby wrote back in the day. So it's interesting. I'm curious what they do with it since they set it up a little bit with Steppenwolf. So, not any extra information on that, but she's done some, crazy metaphysical stuff before, clearly. Yeah. You know, I've heard good things about Wrinkle in Time. It's not really probably high on my list just because, it's more of a kid's thing. I didn't read the book as a kid, otherwise I probably would see it.
I didn't like the book.
Fair enough.
And I've heard I've heard the same thing with the movie. If you, people either like the movie or they do not like the movie. Yeah. And there is no mid ground.
Yeah.
And
so, that's fair.
Yeah.
It's probably one of those things, if you like the book, you'll like the movie.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Maybe.
But yeah, other than that, the last little bit of news would be Rampage.
Yeah, so.
That looks cool.
Rampage looks awesome.
Yeah.
It's really funny because my criticism of the new trailer that came out is also why I am so excited to see it. And that is, The Rock is trying to play a smart person. Now, I'm not saying that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is not a smart person. He's a very intelligent person. I'm saying he has never come across in movies as being an intellectual dude.
Yeah.
And so when you're watching the trailer and he's sign languaging to these apes and he's listen, I do science. It's yeah, sure, yeah. Because every scientist looks like that.
Yeah.
It's like Arnold when you're watching Jingle All the Way and he's I telecommute and you're no you don't. No office worker looks like you or sounds like you. And you get Dwayne. But then later in the trailer he's oh yeah, remember I'm Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. So I can also run around with a grenade launcher and jump through buildings and you're oh okay, well he's smart. He can use a grenade launcher and jump through buildings. And then one of the final shots is him flying a plane because why not?
Honestly, the most unbelievable thing about his character in this movie is that he's not an astronaut.
Yeah, no joke. No joke. So I'm sitting here going, this is a movie about 3 giant monsters.
Yeah.
But I'm more interested in who the heck Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is because it's what is that guy?
Yeah.
Giant monkey, fine, whatever, that's cool. Flying wolf, got it.
Yeah.
Whatever. Giant lizard, that doesn't look like
does not look like Lizzie, no.
Okay, whatever. Who's this guy?
I am. So it's not gonna happen. And I'm made peace with that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good movie regardless. Yeah. If they want to make the best movie ever and get the official best movie ever award, that they haven't given out yet because the best movie ever hasn't been made yet.
That's true.
Is the only way is if at the end of this movie, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson gets shot with whatever serum that is and turns into giant Dwayne and actually fist fights the monsters.
Yeah, naked in the city.
Yeah,
his clothes aren't going to grow.
Yeah. So just giant Dwayne "The Rock" just get thrown down.
And I don't just say "The Rock." I say Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson because that's literally how he's billed now.
Yeah.
They can't just say Dwayne Johnson. They can't just say "The Rock." It's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
It's been a steady progression of his like career.
It has. But yeah. Well, I don't know because now it wouldn't be like the games, but there is that fourth character.
Yeah.
And if you know, because you play as the monsters in the game.
Yeah.
And if you eat radioactive material, you get to become what was going to be the fourth character. Mm-hmm. So maybe we're going to see him turn into that and fight.
That would be a close second.
Yeah. I'm excited about the movie. I'm really excited. I'm a little sad that they're not like anamorphic, goofy looking creatures. But I also realized that like it's Lizzie, right? Like Lizzie's the lizard. Duh. Is Godzilla in the original game, and you can't have that.
It's actually it's way closer to Reptar, but I get what you're saying.
I mean, yeah, it's Reptar, but it's because it's a cartoon.
Yeah. It's all cartoony, and obviously, it like there's a reason why the gorilla is white.
Yeah, because if he was, you know, a black or brown gorilla, like he would look like King Kong.
And he would be getting sued, considering they tried to sue Donkey Kong back in the day.
Yeah. But Ralph looks blue. Wait, is it Ralph?
Ralph is the
wolf.
The wolf, yeah.
And he looks blue.
He does look kind of blue. Not super blue, but you know. And things can change in pre-production, so we'll see.
And then there is a shot at the end where George looks like he's got like black fur.
Yeah.
It could be just because he's been punching a lot of buildings and stuff.
Yeah, there's that.
I'm really pumped.
Dude, it really looks like just a fun movie, and I'm so down.
Yeah, I love giant monster movies.
Yeah, and so, the only other thing that would have been better is, you know, they obviously, like, they wouldn't be in the movie, but, like, if they did, like, for, like, an SNL bit or whatever, you know, they had... You know, like the final conflict where he has to grow to fight the monsters, and like it's literally like Godzilla, where it's a fake city, and like it switches from the like CGI monsters to like guys in the suits.
Oh, I'd be okay with that.
And like he's just straight fighting in this like paper mache city.
I'd watch it.
Yeah.
I will say the one thing that, and maybe I'm wrong. Yeah. I might be wrong.
Yeah.
There is no sexy scientist.
Yes. Oh yeah, you're right.
I mean, well, there's Naomi Harris, but like I'm talking like in a mini skirt with glasses, has no right to be in a lab.
Yeah,
scientist.
That is true. Because like the scientist that's in there, like what was the actress's name again?
Naomi Harris.
Yes. She looks competent and like a scientist.
Yeah.
And that's very inaccurate. Yeah. I mean, we're already like pushing my suspension of disbelief with Dwayne The Rock Johnson there. So, you know. But,
and why not cast Pamela Anderson as the scientist from Rampage? Because that's what she looks like.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't even. Like, I was only a little excited for this movie. But this last trailer, I'm like, I'm so there.
And I guess that is another segue.
Yeah.
Into
the retro
corner.
Yeah.
Which was our trip to the Texas Pinball Festival.
Yep.
Which I was kind of excited about. Mm-hmm. Just because I had never been.
Yeah.
After being there, I enjoyed it way more than I thought I possibly would.
Yeah.
And we met the creator of Rampage, the arcade game.
Yes. Yeah. And he was super cool.
Very cool.
He was super pumped about the movie.
Yeah.
He had been on set.
Uh-huh.
And I think he said he had a cameo, but he hasn't seen the movie yet. But he said that from everything he did see, it looked like it was such a good movie.
Yeah, and the cool thing is, of celebrities, he was one of the few guys I've ever met that he just wanted to talk.
Yeah, well, like the second...
And he didn't want to talk about himself.
No,
He wanted to talk to you about you.
Yeah. like the second Ben started talking to him, because our buddy Ben, who does the music for our videos, was there with us as well. And, he was like, man, like... Rampage was like my favorite game ever, and just started talking to him. And like once he engaged and was like, okay, yeah, this guy's cool. Like he just wanted to talk.
It was really cool,
and he was just such a chill, like, laid back guy.
Yeah, so that was a lot of fun. But then, just being there and seeing all the pinball stuff was, it was like I'm aware that there are like celebrities for everything. Like there's bowling celebrities. There's like hacky sack celebrities.
Yeah.
But it really doesn't dawn on you until you go there and you see that there are people that are coming from other countries to compete. Because this is one of the biggest pinball festivals in the world.
Yes.
And to see people as passionate about pinball as like we are about video games.
Yeah.
Or our given hobbies was really cool and refreshing.
Yeah,
and you learned a lot about pinball.
Yeah, that was I learned a lot. Like I learned that, and I don't mean this in a condescending way at all. I learned they're still making pinball machines.
Yeah.
Like I saw Guardians of the Galaxy and I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, it's weird because like you mentioned it. Even new new pinball machines look like they're 30 years old.
Yeah, like you see it and it's like I'm looking at the Guardians of the Galaxy like artwork.
Yeah, and it's got like an LED TV in there.
Yeah, and the artwork is like the official like poster artwork. So it's like whatever, like high res and all that. Yeah, and it's still like I'm looking at it and it's like,
and it still looks airbrushed.
Yeah, and I'm like, whoa, wait. Oh, yeah. I remember when they made a Guardians of the Galaxy movie back in the 70s. Wait, no, they didn't.
Yeah.
Like...
It's kind of neat. And then, like, to go and, there's just rows and rows and rows of booths.
Yeah.
Of parts.
Yeah.
And it's not just like, oh, here's, like, pinball parts. It's like, no, here's the back left, like, upper ramp of... the 1960s version of this.
Yeah, it's not even like custom or reproduction parts. It's like literal, like this part from this model of this like machine and all that. It's like, what? Like,
and seeing people like building and then like it was kind of funny because like the owners of the people could bring pinball machines and get a free pass for the whole weekend. And so you'd be playing a game and go down, and some old, an older gentleman or older woman would come over and they'd be like, "Oh, this is my machine. Hold up." And they'd open it up, fix it, and get you playing on it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the coolest experience.
It was super cool, especially like seeing some of the machines. Like the newer ones look about what you'd imagine.
Yeah.
But some of the older ones, you'd open it up, and it's like just a jungle of wires and all that. And it's like, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, and then even playing like the original pinballs from like the 50s.
Yeah.
Was really cool.
That was crazy.
It's just like wood.
Yeah, it's like it's like those little like handheld.
It's like a pachinko.
Even like pachinko.
Yeah, like a pachinko machine. Like the ball bounces down on the little
pegs stuff.
And lands in a little area, but like everything is manual. There's nothing electronic in it. It's pretty cool.
It's pretty nuts. And I didn't even occur to me that like there were like precursors to the like the modern pinball. Because obviously, I mean, it makes sense that there had to be something before that.
Yeah.
That wasn't an idea that just sprung into existence. Mm-hmm. And I was familiar with that concept of those types of machines, but on like smaller scale.
Yeah.
Like, as like little toys or whatever.
Yeah.
Like
it was a lot of fun, and we're gonna have a video up this week.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be like a nice little sights and sounds, and we've got some really cool stuff because we have a lot of pinball, of course, but then there's some vintage arcade machines.
Yeah.
And some just cool. Even photos. I'm going to throw some photos in there. Of just all the stuff. Like we saw a DeLorean.
That was cool.
Which was really neat, and.
There was like a I guess what you could call an analog light gun game.
Yeah.
Called Ambush, and if you never heard of that, I'm sure that that makes perfect sense because I never heard of it. It was the coolest thing. It was cool. Shooting gallery where they have the metal. Yeah,
things. It's a shooting gallery, and it actually has little pop-up targets. So you're not looking at a screen shooting targets. You're actually looking at little puppets that are popping up.
Yeah.
And where you aim the gun. So it is a shooting. It's a shooting gallery.
Yeah, but it was with a laser.
Yeah.
And then it had 2 glass panes or something like that. It looked like to kind of give it this weird far off look.
To me, that was the hidden gem of that festival.
Yeah.
And we definitely have some footage.
Oh,
of that
yeah.
one. So yeah, look forward to that. It was really cool.
That was cool. I mean, all kinds of like little like, weird and cool like machines.
Yeah, a lot of like yeah, just little like looks into the past of how things worked, and that was a lot of fun. And so I really enjoyed it, and I recommend it next year when it comes around.
Yeah, though I was super disappointed to discover, everybody who, everybody who grew up with a Windows computer knew about Space Cadet. It was like a pinball game that you'd play, and it came on every computer, and it was like super fun. And like we got there, and like I was talking to our buddy who's super into pinball. Mm-hmm. He's got like a pinball and pachinko room. And I was like, so did they ever make a pinball cabinet?
An actual physical
of Space Cadet? And he's just like, no. And it was just like soul crushing. I was like, man, I was really.
Well, maybe one day.
Maybe one day. But that was nuts. It was super duper fun.
It was.
I definitely recommend it next year when it comes around. I'll definitely be there. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, I think that's it for today's podcast.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. I think this was actually a little bit longer. But we had a good time, and hopefully we'll have that video up in the beginning half of the week, and looking forward to moving into this next weekend.
Yeah. Also, just a little aside. Of course, those of you who follow us on social media know we post our 8-bit skits, which are like 1 minute long Super Comedy Bros videos. Typically once a week. Occasionally, we're like this week we don't have one because we did the pinball stuff and we got to go through that. But we typically post those on our social media. We're going to be going through and starting to release them on YouTube.
Yeah.
Doing like little like remasters, like I guess.
So we're gonna go through, make some edits, kind of fix them up, make them look a little better. Yeah. And jokingly, they're going to be our HD re-releases of our 8-bit skits. So please go back and view your favorite ones, or just view them all and make sure to like, comment, subscribe.
Because we try and it's kind of like our little challenge. We try and film one every week and then turn it around and like with like the next day usually get it up. So we're gonna take our time and go and kind of like tune them up a little bit and put them up on the channel. So you'll start seeing those on the channel. So if you don't follow us on the social media, you can look forward to seeing those for the first time. And if you do, you can go check them out and see them again. So that'll be fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then, I guess we will see all of you next week.
Yeah, see you next week.
All right.